What is going on, guys? Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser. I appreciate everybody for being here. It's Friday. It's right around 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time when we usually have this monumental occasion known as the podcast, Stop Crying Poser. Let's shout out everyone who's here. Switch Popsicle, DCAA, Very Real Reality, Princess Schlill, Death Salt, Scootin' Ain't a Crime, Ring-a-Ding, Bing Ding, Bing Ding, Sam Shreddits, Geiges, Scootin' Ain't a Crime, and there was one more, Danilka, coming all the way from Russia, drinking the vodka, killing the zombies. It seems like every few days here on Twitch we have some new names in the chat, so I appreciate you guys for helping this podcast and our whole movement to grow. Keep doing that. Word of mouth is one of the only things that's going to help us grow, because we can't rely on the YouTube anymore. We can't rely on the Twitch. All we got is each other. God damn it. So look to your left or look to your right and give each other a goddamn hug in the chat. An internet hug, a hand hug, a love, a show of affection from one internet person to another. Unless that person is underage, then keep your fucking hands to yourself, you goddamn perv. So I got a couple of cool topics. I got some news articles, and we're going to do things a little bit out of order today just to keep you guys on your toes. First off, I'm a little bit less animated than usual today because I have a headache. I've had a headache for the last 5 or 6 hours. I had the headache in my sleep. Every time I woke up from my sleep, I still had the headache, and I was worried. Answer me this, people of Stop Crying Poser. I almost fucking said Shredcast. People of Shredcast, answer me this. Am I having a stroke? I feel like my headache traveled into my shoulder and then traveled into my arm. And you know how you have a headache? It's not like an exact spot that hurts. It's sort of like this spider sense deep within your fucking frontal cortex, vortexism. My shit was like in my arm, just headache, all up through my bicep, all into my head, and it's pretty scary. You know what else is pretty scary? I had a dream. I swear to God, I'm not making this up at all, and Lily might be listening right now. She can maybe confirm or deny if this happened. I had a dream. It's a really gross dream, so try not to judge me on things that happen in an alternate reality, but I'm sleeping, and in my dream, I'm doing something. I don't remember what I'm doing. I'm doing anything, some action, whatever, and I realize, oh, damn, like, I have poop. I have, like, a little nugget of poop just right on the edge of my butthole. It's just barely about to come out in the dream, not in real life. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I go down, I'm, like, grab my hips, I'm like, oh, shit, I'm gonna poop. I have to go. I have to get out of here, whatever this action scenario is. Maybe I'm at the skate park. I don't know what I'm doing in the dream, but I know that I have to poop because I have this little nugget just prairie dogging out of my butthole. So the dream happens, whatever. I go sit on the toilet in my dream, and then I immediately wake up to hear I fucking farted extra loud in the bed. And it woke me up. The fart woke me up, and I got scared for a minute. I'll tell you how my fucking thought process goes. I thought I might have shit my pants because I was still sort of in dream mode, because in dream mode I was taking a shit. In real life mode I was just shooting air out of my ass. But then I was thinking to myself, oh, what if I did shit my pants? What if, it takes you a second to wake up sometimes to realize like what exactly is going on. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe I shit my pants. And I was like, well, I'd feel it. But then I was thinking to myself, I got like a really too deep into my thoughts. I was like, maybe the poop is still like body temperature, so you can't feel it on your skin, because it's easier to feel something hot touches you, you're like, oh, hot thing's touching me. Something cold's touching you, like, ooh, burr, cold. But if something the exact same temperature of your skin touches you, you might not know that that's what happened, right? Isn't that how pickpocketing works? You get distracted, he fucking pulls the money out of your shit, steals your watch, next thing you know, you shit your pants in your own bed. So that was the thing. It scared me, woke me up, and I realized I used to make fun of my old dog for doing that. I had a dog years ago who would fart, and then it would scare the dog, and he'd run away. He'd like be sleeping, go jump up and run away. Like he would think something was attacking him. That became me. I fucking farted and woke myself up. God damn it. I feel like that's a story in Good Will Hunting. I feel like I just stole the whole goddamn story from there, but it really happened today. And I'm kind of concerned about that because I'm sure right after that, then I'm having an arm stroke. I'm fucking shitting my own pants. Lily's right next to me. You know, she's farting all goddamn night. So it's kind of a rough night. And we got home really late. The reason we got home late was because your boy, me, Skinny Penis, is having the luckiest month of my life. And I'll tell you guys why. About a week ago, I won $1,000, a little over $1,000, $1,125. I won gambling. I played 25 cents. Put the coin in. I was actually betting $1 a hand, but my 25-cent bet won me $1,000. And the next day, we go downtown. I randomly step on roulette. I never play roulette, ever. Just randomly happen to give it a shot. Boom, $150. Fast forward to last night. I'm sitting there. I'm completely enjoying the night. You know, I played kind of a lot of money last night. I played $90, which is fine because I just got paid. So this always happens. Don't think I'm a gambling addict, but I just got paid. So it's like, fuck it. You know, I had a really nice check this month. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to gamble $100 today, and that's going to be it. I'm going to wash my hands of it. Boom. I gambled $90, which is way more than I should have on the style of game I was playing. So then Tex goes and says, hey, let's go play roulette. I say, fuck it, dude. I'll throw 20 more bucks in. I'm just going $10 over my budget, right? I'm supposed to only spend $100. I was going to go for 110 and then call it a day. I got a bunch of free drinks too. So it wasn't like I was really gambling. I got a bunch of free drinks. Everything's cool. Sit down at roulette. First fucking hand, bow, $75 straight to me. Keep playing. Another hand, bow, $200. I got off the table with $200 in my hand, which is pretty fucking rare, pretty insane. And it really leads me, like, it makes me think about how volatile that game can be, right? I think if you bet $100 on one number, right, and you hit that number, I think it's like over $3,000. I don't know roulette that well. I don't know how to do the math. I don't know how the odds work, but I'm pretty sure it's about 30 to 1, maybe 35 to 1 to get a single one. And I put down $4 on a number, and that number hit, and then they just slid me 9,000 fucking chips, fucking money chips, and I was fucking hyped. What's crazy to me is I was having months and months and months of bad luck, and then now I'm having this outstanding month, and I'm saving it, right? I'm saving a lot of them. Look at this. I got a stack right here. This is all my savings. Saving money right there. I'm keeping it in front of me, like in my sight. I actually have more than just that, but I'm keeping it in my sight so that it doesn't make me want to, like, I don't want to get too tempted to go spend it. Plus, I'm buying a new camera in a couple weeks, so I can give you guys the quality that you guys deserve on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ninja Lifestyle. We're going to start with a trivia question. See, I'm throwing you guys for a loop here. We don't have very many viewers today because I didn't feel confident in advertising the stream because my headache is, even as we speak, really fucking hurting my life. But today's trivia question: what year did the Ninja Lifestyle channel start? Everyone gets 2 guesses. What year did the Ninja Lifestyle channel start? If you give me the correct answer, you will be the proud owner of a stack of Ninja Lifestyle stickers sent directly to you if you live in the United States, which is really going to fuck you over, Danilka, because I cannot afford to send the stickers all the way to Mother Russia. Scootin' Crime says 1842. That is correct. Gyges, 2006. Varial, 2007. Sean, 2003. Varial, 2009. Switch Popsicle with the correct answer, 2011. You are allowed to Google these answers, but it's kind of hard to find. You have to go to the channel page, and you have to hit About, which is kind of off to the side. Usually people don't do that. Switch Popsicle. How many of these have you won? Is this your first time winning or not? It really goes to show how time flies, because I used to run a YouTube channel called Vegas Skating, which is where some of my initial viral videos happened. It's funny, over the years, very few of my videos that have gone viral, very few of them have ever had anything to do with skateboarding. I only have 2 skateboarding videos. I had one back in the day called Glow Stick Lesbians, which everyone enjoyed. Then I had one, Pop Shove It Late Flip was a hot one. And then I've had some really odd ones. I've probably gotten more views if we talk about like maybe the 500,000 mark. I probably had more videos go over 500,000 that have to do with scooter riding than skateboarding, which goes to show I'm one of the best scooter riders in the world. I think no one doubts that. So Switch Popsicle, get at me on Discord or on Facebook, and I will send you your prize. Congratulations for being the winner. I wanted to talk a little bit to you guys about my very first skate job, and I may have told you guys some stories before. I have some pretty good ones. I worked at a place called Industrial, which was one of the biggest skate shop chains in the world. You know, I think it was like Active, and then like Zoomies, and Industrial was like one of the big ones. Pharmacy was up there, but as far as like making the most money, I think Industrial was one of those, because they mainly had their locations inside malls, and anything that's inside a mall makes a shitload of money. So I worked there for maybe a year. I don't remember exactly. And the topic came up yesterday. I remember working there, and I remember not liking it. And the reason I didn't like that job is not because it was a bad job. I think the reason I didn't like that job is because I didn't want to work. I didn't want to be a worker, and I didn't really know how to work. And I feel like I learned how to be a worker like kind of slowly through life. Before that, I worked at GameStop, and then I went to Industrial, and then I went to work at a warehouse. When I worked at the warehouse, that's when I sort of learned how to do work and how to look like you're working hard and how to solve problems and shit. So I would be at the skate shop, and I sort of thought my job was just to hand you shit and you buy it. But in reality, your fucking job is to be a salesman. Your job is to, when people come into the store, you want to make them buy things, make them buy more things than maybe they initially wanted to, and spend a little bit more money. And as a kid, I don't know what fucking part of that I didn't understand. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand how to be a salesman. I didn't understand how to create a sale, how to speak, really. You know, I really just thought my job was like, oh, okay, you want that skateboard? I'll grab it. You want me to grip it? I'll grip it. And I remember some of the supervisors were always talking shit to me. Specifically in this one example, when I would grip a skateboard, I'd grip it the way I grip a skateboard, kind of slowly. You guys have watched my setup videos. I fucking put a line. Oh, I take my time. I even usually would have one skateboard truck with one wheel on it, and I would sort of like flatten it out so there's no air bubbles, make sure it's perfect, try to make sure the cuts around the edges are nice and good, get a nice sharp razor, come around, and it would be perfect, and by the time I give it back to you, it'd be good. And the supervisors would always be like, dude, why are you taking so long? And I would just look at them like, listen, this is for a skateboarder. It's his first skateboard ever. I want this to be perfect, you know? And they would just look at me like, are you fucking stupid? And it turns out, I was actually fucking stupid, because the goal is to get them their shit sold, get them out of the way, and get the next person in to buy shit. And, you know, I was never one to be like, oh, you know, we have a buy one, get one, or whatever, or blah, blah, blah. I never did this shit where I was like, we're at 8.5s. But I'm going to grab you a 9, and I'm going to grab you an 8, and we'll see if maybe one of those works out, because sometimes these run big. I never did that shit. I'd be the guy that would just walk back and just be like, no 8.5s. Sorry, bitch. And I remember this rumor got started that I was lazy, and maybe I was, but the rumor got started totally randomly, and it's followed me even today. This was fucking over 15 years ago, I think. I was working at this place. And we had, let me try to explain how the skate shop was. In the middle was clothing, and on the walls was clothing, but above everything, way on the ceiling, was shoes. And it was a really smart way to do a skate shop, because no one could steal the shoes. Someone who worked there would have to climb up, get the shoebox, walk it down to you, and have you try it on. Because I think at skate shops, shoes are like the main thing that people steal. So anyways, I was climbing that ladder one day, and it fell. The fucking ladder fell. It was terrible. I remember it was like around Christmas season. I remember this old lady was like, I want this shoe, I want this shoe, I want this shoe. Around Christmas time, you get people who go to skate shops that wouldn't usually be in skate shops, so they're treating me like they would treat some fucking bitch at Walmart or whatever, and I don't like that shit, so I'm trying my best. I'm annoyed. I'm trying my fucking best to get everything done. I want this shoe, I don't like it. I want this shoe, I don't like it. Like, bitch, you can see the shoes on the display rack. I don't know how, like what, I fucking grabbed it and handed it to you. Now you don't like it? What are you, retarded, you old lady? Anyways, I'm climbing up. The ladder falls back. I fall onto my back, onto a sharp fucking edge of a clothing rack. So it'd be like if a broomstick just got jammed right into like, right under like my, I don't think I have ribs in the back here, but like say to your spine, maybe about like 5 or 6 inches to the left of your spine. I know that fucker got me right in the motherfucking lower back. Boom. Stabbed me as I fell down. And the lady, seeing me in agony, it just has this look on her face like, well, now I'm not going to get my fucking shoes. Great. This guy fucking fell. Great. Rather than, are you okay? Or, hey, excuse me, can this guy get some help? Can you walk? It was just like, well, I guess now I'm going to have to be here another 5 minutes. And I was so fucking angry. So I walked into the back of the skate shop and I fucking just fell into this box of clothing. Like this box of wrapped shirts that had not been yet put on the rack. I fell back there. I just sat down and I just fucking contemplated my dumbass life. Basically, that's what I was doing. And somebody walked back and they saw me laying there and they're like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be out there. And I said, oh, I just fell. Impaled my goddamn body on a sharp piece of metal after falling on an unsafe fucking ladder. So yeah, now I'm gonna sit here. And if I have to fucking talk to anyone else, I'm gonna get up, walk right out of here and sue this whole goddamn corporation. A lot of people got hurt on that job. I remember one day Tex, I'm going to put Tex's business out there. The place is fucking ran out of business now, but if you wanted to put things aside, like hide them, there was a in-shop bathroom. So you could use the bathroom and it had a little roof on it and you could sort of climb up to the side of this bathroom and hide boxes of shoes or skate products up there. You'd hide them and you could come back later and buy them before they sold out. Or if you really wanted to be sneaky, you could hide them up there until the manager's gone, put them in a trash bag, tie up the trash bag, take out the trash to the back, stash your fucking shoes or whatever, and then come back later, grab them, steal them, go home. That was how you would do it. So anyways, I'm pretty sure Tex was stealing shoes. He got up there, and I guess, I don't know exactly how it happened, but he stood onto the roof of the bathroom, and the roof of the bathroom collapsed. He fell through the roof, landed on a toilet or something. I think he cut his arm open, like as there was blood everywhere, and he got hurt too. And also, Tex didn't sue the company. Why? Both me and Tex injured on the job, never sued the company. I don't understand why that happened, but me laying on the box filled with t-shirts became this rumor that, oh yeah, that guy Steve, that ninja guy. I don't think I had the nickname Ninja back then, but oh, that guy Steve, he's fucking lazy. Comes to work, he just lays down over there. And I remember I got fired eventually, despite having the highest numbers for sales. I don't know why that happened. I remember telling the guy, I was like, oh, my sales numbers are like #1 right now. Why would I get fired? I had the highest numbers, still got fired, and I'm looking at the guy, I'm like, hey, why did I get fired? And I remember he was like, yeah, that one time you were supposed to be working and you were just taking a nap. And I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. I'm taking a nap? I certainly was not taking a nap. I was, if I could go back in time, I would just fucking get on workman's comp, right? You could probably do that. Maybe not because I was part-time. I don't remember why I didn't take that shit more serious, but I remember I got really fucking hurt on the job and didn't tell anyone. I feel like that's the most hurt I've ever gotten on any job. Oh, no. I was working on slot machines once. I still have the scar right here across this finger. You can't really see it, but I was working on a slot machine in my little chair, just fucking wrenching around, getting some shit ready. I turned around. As I turned back, the fucking top, this 5-pound piece of sharp metal drops down. Boom. I'm not going to say it could have cut my finger off, but it very well should have broken my finger, because it was only one finger got out. It was one of those things where you see like the Star Wars movies and Men in Black and fucking Independence Day and shit, where it's like the thing's closing and the ship goes right through at the perfect fucking moment. That's what happened to my hand, except this finger didn't make it. So you can see exactly where the scar is. It's like right on the cusp of almost escaping, but it didn't. And I remember I yelled fuck really loud at work, and no one cared because I almost died. So that's it. I figured I would just tell you guys about my first skate job and why I was an unmotivated teen. So let's go ahead and jump into the news today. We usually do the news first, but we're doing it out of order. Swimming pool toys, a leading cause of drowning at Lake Mead. I clicked this because I almost drowned one day doing something similar here. I skimmed through this article. Let me start reading it for you. Park officials at Lake Mead warned people about the danger of pool toys. According to Lake Mead Deputy Chief Ranger Mark Hanat, there's no way somebody's name is Mark Hanat. Mark Hanat? Mark Nat. Maybe the H is silent. Mark Nat. Pool toys are one of the biggest contributing factors to drowning. Regardless of whether it's a holiday weekend or any time of year, it takes one person with one of those things to have a tragedy happen. It almost happened to me. Could happen to you. Pool toys are very lightweight. When a gust of wind blows the float into the water, oftentimes the owner will try to swim after it. I did that with a fucking regular donut. The problem is that wind gusts will blow your toy farther and faster than most people can swim. Those who try to chase after it often become fatigued, and that could lead to drowning. I was at Nelson's Landing, the same place we always film these cliff jumping videos, and that's what happened. I dropped down the donut. I don't know why I cared. It was only $1. I dropped down the donut toy or whatever. It just looks like a big Cheerio. I jump in. I go, oh, fuck, my donut's flying away. So I go swim really fast. I'm not getting any closer to it at all. It's fucking hauling ass. Just, I'm fucking splashing. Michael Phelps, swimming as fast as I possibly can. So I'm swimming. I can't swim that fast. I'm fucking barely keeping up. Fucking sweating, dying. I finally reach it. I try to come back, and I'm just totally fatigued and dead. I can totally see how someone could... I mean, I don't know how you could drown. I feel like... Oh, what a terrible way to die. Like, not only are you dying because you can't breathe, but you can't breathe because you can't tread water anymore. The worst thing to happen. And then I feel like a lot of people who drown, they can see their friends, and their friends can see them, but nobody realizes anyone's drowning. So it's like, oh, we can see each other, but now you die. You guys want a really morbid video? There's a video somewhere on the internet of these, like, 4 kids, and they're just watching some dude drown. And they're just like, this guy's fucking splashing. They're laughing. They're fucking smoking weed. They're passing the blunt back and forth. And they're like joking about this guy drowning. Like, they don't realize he's drowning. Maybe they realize he's fucking around. And then he goes underwater and he never comes back. And it's just 4 dudes smoking weed, watching a guy drown, filming each other, kind of laughing. And then at the end, they get kind of like somber and serious at the end. It's like, oh shit. It makes me so angry to watch that video because when the news article came out, turns out the guy that drowned was like mentally special or whatever. He really couldn't swim. He probably should have never been near the water anyways. And these 4 guys who could have easily saved this poor fucking kid just fucking smoked weed and laughed about it. Didn't even care. It's just a terrible video. Also, there's probably a million people also at the park that saw this guy drowning and no one decided to help. Then again, we have all these fucking prank videos these days. I mean... Here's one of my worst nightmares, to go to help save somebody's life, and then they go, fucking gotcha, dude, it's a prank. And then I go, well, now I look stupid on YouTube. Well, fuck you. I feel like that had to go through some people's mind when you see some shit like that. Like, I'm not fucking going out there. I'm probably fucking getting YouTube filmed. And then you watch a guy die, and you're like, oh, shit, just watch the guy die. Drowning. Anyways, I thought this article was interesting because I remember chasing after that pool donut at Nelson's Landing, just fucking swimming down the Colorado River at my goddamn top speed, and I was completely dead when I finally caught it. And I'll tell you guys what, I learned from my mistake because a few minutes later, another one of those things fell, and I just said, fuck it. Let that shit fly away. I don't give a fuck about that donut. Next news article, special report. Las Vegas storm drain dwellers seek a better, safer life. This is interesting because Las Vegas has miles and miles and miles of tunnels underneath it. Big tunnels, 10 feet by 10 feet. Big storm drain tunnels because the way Las Vegas is built, it's built on a valley, so everything sort of floods inward. So flash floods are like a big deal here. Even if it rains for like only a couple hours, someone's gonna fucking die because someone's gonna get caught on the street with a giant fucking rapid and they're gonna get all fucked up. And I've seen it. I remember when I was in high school, it rained for like a couple days, and they had like helicopters rescuing people from the top of their cars and shit. It was really gnarly. But here, let's go ahead and read this. Under the glitz and glamour of the neon lights, there's a darkness that few people will ever see. I hope this is not a fucking dramatic ass piece. Hundreds of miles of storm drains connect the city, meant to protect the valley from flash floods. I'm a goddamn psychic. I should be writing these articles. After a few heavy rains, one man went into the tunnels to help hundreds of homeless people who live inside. There's 600 miles of tunnels, blah, blah, blah. They've become some people's homes. The water, this is just from 4 days ago, 5 days ago. Mother Nature took everything we had. Again, I live in a drain. What do you expect? You can never get comfortable here. Well, no shit. It's a fucking underwater drain thing. Underground and underwater sometimes. When it first comes down, it's the debris that I'm scared of because it can take you down. Water is fierce. Okay, I don't mean to be like non-empathetic or sympathetic, but how about when it rains, get the fuck out the drains? Oh my god, that should be on the fucking front of the fucking drain. When it rains, get out the drains. Stay safe. Click it or ticket, god damn it. It's a part of life down here. You have to keep track of the weather. I'm usually the one telling others it's going to rain. Some of them have cell phones, blah, blah, blah. This is what we have to look forward to after the rain. Just get out of there. Just leave. Okay? I know it's hard to get back on your feet. Las Vegas is not the hardest place ever to be homeless. It's probably not the worst place. Probably a lot worse places than Las Vegas to be homeless. So for them to just say, oh, there's nothing we can do. We live in the fucking drains. If we die, we die. I think that shows a bit of laziness. Am I tripping? Am I being too hard on these guys? Whatever. People come in and steal. Homeless people. They think I have so much. On this day, Rusty had just finished trying to make pancakes on her makeshift stove. She chopped wood to start a fire. It's rough. Not easy at all. It's just a battle. If you go down 6, all the way down around the corner, there's a side tunnel. You can't see anything because it's black. You have to have light, otherwise you're in trouble and you'll get lost. They know it's not an amazing space or an ideal life. My wife really wants out of the tunnels. It's weird because you don't want to spend one night down here. The next thing you know, it's 5 years later. So, I don't mean to be non-sympathetic again, but I feel like that's just laziness. If you spent 5 years living in a tunnel, you didn't catch one big break, you couldn't maybe try to get one job. They have a million places here in Las Vegas that will give you a haircut, give you a nice button up, let you brush your teeth or whatever, give you some water. And I don't know. And then again, I have never really experienced it, so I don't fucking know. Whatever. You have to sleep with one eye open. Sometimes, all the time, really. It's a sad thing. I don't have no locks on my doors, my front, my back, whatever. Some days, these homeless people can get $100 in handouts. So maybe this is what happens. People get these handouts. Listen, read it. Later in the afternoon, they walk through the drains to get to the strip, where they spend their day panhandling. They can get $100 some days in handouts. Now, that's why they got comfortable. You don't have to really do any real work. You get $100 a day, which oftentimes is more than I get trying to work really hard, even though my life is pretty much perfect compared to someone who lives in a storm drain. You're getting $100 a day, which I think is plenty. You know how much food $100 can buy? A fucking ton. If you buy it the right way. A fucking ton. A month's worth of food. If you buy it the right way. Now, you could spend the rest of that money on maybe a nice outfit so you can go to a job interview. And having that much money should be at least enough for you to maybe get a roommate situation going. You and 5 friends are each getting $500 a day in fucking handouts. You guys could go afford a weekly motel. Easy. Easy fucking money. And I know it's easier said than done, but this just seems like laziness here. Right now, in the 18 to 20 years I've been down here, it's the worst with thieves. It really is. And we have no council or anything. We are probably the most unorganized humbums I know. We actually started years and years ago. We just came down here because we thought it looked interesting. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways. Las Vegas tunnels are actually really cool, dude. There's all kind of graffiti all around them. And I wanted to tell you guys a quick story about Bunker Skate Park. Underneath Bunker, there's a tunnel. I talked about this a bit in the pre-show. It's about maybe a quarter mile, half mile long tunnel where you go out of the park, you sort of climb down these rocks, you go in this, you squeeze in this little hole, and then you're in this big tunnel, fucking 10 feet by 10 feet. So people would always go down there, kids, to drink beer or smoke weed or whatever. Or sometimes you'd go down there to fight the kid you don't like. And you go down there, you start at one side of this tunnel, and you walk, and there's 2 exits. You can either pop out of a manhole in the middle of the the skate park, kind of. It's not in the skate park, but it's in the park that holds the skate park. Right next to like a walking trail and like a volleyball court or whatever. You can pop out of this manhole and then bow, you're out of the tunnel. Or you can keep walking and you end up like a little, kind of like a block away. And you just pop out and you can climb up this ladder and then bow, you're back on the street. You're back in the sunlight. And I remember as a kid, that was like the cool thing to do. Like, fuck it, let's go hang out in the tunnels, man. We're done skating or whatever. A lot of my friends did graffiti, so you go down there like they do graffiti. I would try to do a wall ride because it was the ground is not nice, but it's not bad either. So you can get down there. There was one spot that had a ledge that went up, so you could try to it's backside for me. I never knew how to backtail, but I always imagined how cool it would be if I could backtail up this fucking ledge that goes up. I don't know, cool stuff, man. Tunnels in Las Vegas. Pretty cool stuff out here, man. I wouldn't want to live there. Obviously. I did one day, I'll give you guys a terrible story of something I did as a kid. One day I went into the tunnels and I found a mattress with a bunch of blankets on it. And what did I do? What the fuck? I'll give you guys one guess. One quick moment to type in the chat. What do you think I did? I see a mattress, blanket on it. It's in the dark. Probably this guy's, somebody lives there. What did I do? I set that bitch on fire. DCAA got it. Right away, it burnt it. I set that bitch right on fire. And as I'm fucking like, oh shit, this fire got really big, really fast, and thick black fucking smoke going up in this tunnel. I back away, bunch of crazy spiders come out of it, brrr, big black fucking widows coming at me. I got right the fuck out of there because I'm super scared of spiders. Not that scared of bugs, not a big fan of wasps or bees, but spiders, I don't like those fuckers at all. And I don't know, that shit was fucking gnarly. And I remember I got out the tunnel and all you could see was like thick black smoke just coming out this tunnel. And now that I think about it too, I was probably safe, but if that tunnel was smaller, it's probably a possibility. You can run out of oxygen in places like that. I didn't know that. I mean, it could happen. I read a book about it. I guess the fire sucks in all the oxygen. It just leaves nothing to breathe. Even though you can see and feel and shit, you can't breathe anything. So then you fucking start to get lightheaded, and then you faint, and then you die. I heard that's what happens. If anyone's a scientist in the chat room, let me know if what I read might be correct. It might not. I don't fucking know. Anyways, next article. Speaking of homeless people, famous chef Jose Andres wants to hire lunchroom worker fired for giving free food to student. This has nothing to do with being homeless. I think I clicked the wrong fucking article. Anyways. Chef Jose Andres, who has helped provide millions of free meals to furloughed federal workers and natural disaster survivors, wants to hire Bonnie Kimball. Kimball was fired from her New Hampshire high school, where she had been an employee for more than 4 years for letting a student take food without paying. She was fired by the district manager of cafe services. The food services company that employed her said she was stealing. They called it theft. The student she helped paid his $8 lunch tab the next morning. So she gives the guy a free meal. He comes back the next day, he pays it, and then she gets fired. Now this celebrity chef, I imagine, wants to hire her to maybe serve high-end food. This could be a great episode of Chopped, right? What if they did like one day a month or whatever where this lady would come in and she would try to turn like a corn dog into some like gourmet breadcrumbs around some creme brulee bullshit and maybe a fucking fresh dusting of salmon glitter and fucking deep fried secretive pig mushrooms. What are those called? Trumpets? Fucking, what are those? Trumpets? What kind of idiot are you? What are those goddamn mushrooms called? Somebody help me in the chat room. Fucking, I keep going trumpet. Truffles, goddamn it, thank you. Herbs, what an idiot. Trumpets. Fucking idiot. Unsubscribe. Why are you guys even listening? Turn off break your phone. Get away from me. A retard tries to talk. Fucking goes horribly wrong. Anyways, she could try to make some cool shit. Hey, let's go ahead and read whatever. Think Food Group is the company behind Andres Hotels, products, initiatives, restaurants, blah, blah, blah. He was named the top 100 most influential people. His nonprofit, World Central Kitchen, has provided millions of hot meals to people struck by disaster across the world, including survivors of Hurricane Florence, first responders in the California wildfires, volcano victims in Guatemala, migrants in Tijuana, and millions of Puerto Ricans who were left with nothing after Hurricane Marina. Okay, so he's not a celebrity chef. He's just a really dope guy that helps people. Good. Sounds like that's what he's doing, helping people. I thought this would be a way more interesting article. Christina Maxoris. Bullshit, dumb, whatever. Next article. Dad mistakes daughter for intruder, shoots her to death. A South Carolina man fatally shot his daughter after mistaking her for an intruder. The Greenville County Coroner's Office said 23-year-old Nadaje Presley was trying to enter her Greenville residence just after 1 a.m. Sunday when she was killed. Presley's father told investigators he fired through a door at what he believed was an intruder who turned out to be his adult daughter. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, this seems suspicious, okay? Fun fact, my grandpa pulled a gun on me one time when I came home late. I said I was going to sleep at my friend's house. That shit ended up being dumb. Came home at, maybe 2 a.m.? I walk in the door, he's like, fuck, I could have shot you. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? He's like, you should have called. I was like, it's late. I don't want to wake nobody up. Could have killed me, goddammit. Now, what I'm thinking is, if you have a gun in your house, I say this all the time, please learn the fucking laws. Please learn how to use it. Please learn the times and ways to use a gun. Because if you think someone's breaking into your house, most of the time, at least here, you probably should not shoot them through the door. Okay, probably shouldn't do that. Me, all my fucking home defense rounds, ooh, fucking scary. They're all hollow points anyways. Just in case I miss this guy and he goes through a wall and hits an innocent fucking kid outside. But on top of that, you gotta identify your target, right? You gotta know what you're shooting at. That's what we always say. Know what you're shooting at. Oh, also, fun fact, know what's behind what you're shooting at. Okay? Now, you can't do that if you're shooting through a door that you can't see through. Maybe an exception would be if someone shoots through the door at you. Now you know that there's definitely a fucking threat behind that door. Definitely a threat that's capable of causing harm. Then, you know, fuck it. Throw caution to the wind, shoot through the door. You got to protect yourself. But the idea that this guy negligently killed his own daughter, it's hard to call this an accident because you aimed the gun, you shot it at something, and you hit that something and killed that something. It's your fucking fault for not being concerned about who it was. And I don't know what caused that. Maybe it's just this. I feel like this guy, when he did this the whole time, he's probably thinking to himself like, oh yeah, dude, I'm going to be a hero. Then he goes out there, finds his dead daughter, and he's like, oh, well, maybe I should have actually considered what could have happened here. I don't know. It's a sad story. And I would hope that you guys could read this, especially those of you who have guns, but maybe aren't super, maybe you haven't read enough into your laws and shit. Here, I think they have to actually, like, have stepped foot into your house. Because I think, if you shoot somebody while they're stealing your car, I'm pretty sure you're going to go to fucking jail here in Nevada. I could be wrong. I would always think to try to use the argument like, oh, they were getting in my car, they then had a weapon, they could have ran me over, so I killed them. But I think in that situation, I don't think I would shoot somebody stealing my car. I don't want to fucking go to jail for murder just for some fucking tweaker to try to get a car. That's all the news I got for today, guys. Sorry for the lack of excitement. I've had a headache all morning, and I still have a headache right now. There's going to be a short post show, a bit shorter than usual. I do want to go ahead and shout out some of the people who've been supporting today. Death Salts donated $3.46. Varial Reality has donated $2.50. And Avising has resubscribed for his 9th month. Hell yeah, dudes. I appreciate everything you guys do to support me. Go ahead and give me a hell yeah in the chat so I can shout everybody out before we end up ending this exodus of a great podcast. If you didn't show up right now, like maybe you were late, don't worry. This podcast comes out on Sunday on iTunes, Podbean, and YouTube. Extra big shout out to Danilka, Herbs, Scootin' Crime, Gyges, Cassidy, DCAA, Switch Popsicle, and more. We did not advertise the stream today because I didn't feel comfortable. I thought it was going to be a boring stream, and I feel like sometimes we have the podcast where we laugh a lot and they just fly by and we say that podcast was a 9 out of 10. That was a 10 out of 10. Well, you know what, motherfuckers? Every once in a while, you're going to have to deal with a 6. Or as Lily would put it on her Lily scale, a 5 out of 10. If you guys haven't caught that video, definitely go check out Lily Reviews. She watches a video of pro skateboarder Richie Jackson skating around and had a good old time. For you guys, I appreciate the support. Thank you for showing up. Please tell your friends about the podcast if you enjoy it, because that's the only way we can grow. God damn it, motherfucker, what? Again, can't get enough of you guys. Thank you for being here. And we upload a bunch of videos on the Ninja Lifestyle YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely do that. Stick around for a short post show. And love you guys. Goodbye. Fuck you, bitch. I broke my back. Spinal.